So just start in a comfortable seat. Your shoulder roll, so you can go ahead and bring your hands to your shoulders. We'll just go full range of motion forward, up, or down to back anytime. And a few times the other direction. Just come to sitting up straight, relaxing your hands on your knees. Stand nice and tall, maybe closing your eyes. Starting to notice your breath. Long, deep inhale through your nose. And long, deep exhale out through your nose. It feels good. Maybe just doing a few neck rolls during this time too to work with any kinks you might still be feeling in your shoulders or your neck. Just starting to lengthen your breath. Okay. And we stay the spot for you. You can settle your stuff in the, back here.
Oh.
And maybe using this time to imagine you're running in the race tomorrow. Imagine yourself in the race. Imagine yourself feeling strong, feeling powerful as a point, right? If you know what your leg looks like, maybe imagining the scenery around where you're going to be running. Imagine yourself smiling, feeling really good, getting that baton from your partner. If you're not running, maybe sending some good vibes to the people who are. I'll pass out a book to each of you. And we'll take about 3 more deep breaths. And when you're done, you can start to open up your body. And from here, we're going to take our legs out wide. So make sure to kind of stagger yourself to your room, or you can come to the long edge of the mat. It doesn't matter either way. All right. So we're just going to start out here sitting up straight. So we're not even going to try to fold forward first. So we're going to flex our feet and actually take your hands in, on the inside of your thigh and roll your thighs back. We're going to try to externally rotate our thighs. You can just keep your hands here as a reminder. Drawing your shoulders up and back. Just sitting up nice and tall. And even just sitting here, maybe removing a little flesh out from underneath you to sit up straighter. That helps a little bit. And just sitting up nice and tall. Back is lengthened. Shoulders down and back. A few deep breaths here. Just starting to relax. And then from here, keeping our back nice and long, we're just going to hinge forward. So try not to round, so keeping that back long. Even if you don't come forward very much, that's fine. You can lump your hands down, maybe bring your hands towards your calf, on your ankle. You can even, if you're a little more flexible, bring your fingers to your big toes and keep that chest lifted and up. Hinging forward from your hips. A few breaths here. From here, we're going to release and relax. What we all want to do is just start to round your back, round your shoulders, bring your head down. You can bring your forearms down, just kind of like gravity to the work. Even relaxing your feet, toes. Good, and then from here, just very slowly walking your hands back up. We're gonna just slowly roll up, taking your time. And then finally drawing your shoulders back, bringing your head back up. From here, we're gonna take our feet into a butterfly pose. And we're gonna start kind of the same way. So just starting out by sitting up tall, bringing your hands to your feet, drawing your shoulder blades up and back, sitting up as tall as you can. Energetically, your knees will just be pushing down to the side. Staying here for a deep breath. Feeling the crown of your head lifting up. Slowing your spine. And then from here, we're going to start to hinge forward, even if it's not very far. But trying to hinge just a little bit from the hips, keeping our chest lifted up. And leaning forward, nice long straight back, straight spine. I got lost. How are you? There's a little spot right there.
Is your place I can change or no?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And then from here, you can start to roll your shoulders, round your back, and bring your forehead down towards your chest. Good, and then we're just going to start to roll ourselves back up. Again, shoulders up, and lift up. And then from here, we're going to come into a child's pose. So, knees apart, big toes together, sitting all the way back in your heels. And then stretching your arms forward, just releasing, relaxing, grounding into the toes. Bring your forehead relax on the mat. And then maybe even bring your forehead side to side. Allowing your neck a little bit of release, tension. Shoulder stretch, stretching your arms up all the way back. Good, and then from here, just make your way up into a tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes and come into a downward facing dog. So lifting those hips up and back, spreading out the fingers. Downward dog doesn't feel good. Just come back to your tabletop position. Maybe bringing one leg out long and the other to stretch your calf. So this downward facing dog, finding some movement. So maybe bringing one heel down, bending the other knee. Bringing the other heel down, bending the other knee, waking up your body. We want to look like an inverted V shape. So you want to lift your hips up high, pressing your chest towards your upper thighs, relaxing your head and neck. So bringing your chin towards your chest. Few breaths here. And then from here, I want you to roll forward onto your toes to the top of a plank. Just pausing, plank, shoulder blades apart, nice and strong. And then from here, we're just going to drop down to our hip knees and come back into a child's pose. One breath here, nice long inhale and exhale. And then we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. So I'm going to do that one more time. So bring your hips back, spreading out your fingers, relaxing your head and neck. And then coming forward to the top of the plank, pausing, a strong plank, shoulder blades apart. Drop those knees down, back into your child's pose. Good, and And then coming into our downward facing dog one more time. From here, we're going to walk our feet up to our hands, coming to a ragdoll or just a dangling forward fold. So a little bit more of a bend in your knees. Completely relaxing your hands, your shoulders. You can let your hands just dangle there or grab the elbows. Relax the head and neck, so maybe shaking the head and neck to the side. Maybe swaying over to one side or bring your hands over to one side and to the other. Lifting up through the hips to get a little bit lower. Coming back to your breath. Maybe imagining yourself in that run tomorrow. How good you're going to feel. How nice and stretched your arms are going to be. How cool the breeze is going to be. All right, from here we'll come to a half lift. So bring your hands to your shins, shoulder blades back, head and neck out long. Exhale, fold forward deeper this time. So this time straighten your legs. Bring your palms or your fingertips down. Going a little bit lower. And then from here, reaching your arms straight in front of you. And we're going to come all the way up. Bringing those hands together, reaching back a little bit, lifting up nice and long. And then hands to heart center. Good. From here, we're going to take our straps. We'll stretch our shoulders a little bit. So you should all have a strap next to you. If not, we have some extra. Okay. And we're going to kind of roll these straps on either end. Yeah. So that we don't have like this part dangling down. So just go ahead and take them and roll them. And we can, adjust the length later, but it's not a big deal. So we don't have the ends dangling down. We're going to lift up just to about here, about shoulder distance apart, maybe a little bit longer. Just reaching that energy up through your shoulders. And we're just going to do a few circles. Maybe 3 times in one direction. Good. 3 times in the other direction. All right. And then from here, we're going to probably have to give ourselves a little bit more length, but we're going to bring our arms out wider and behind our back, opening up our chest and behind us. Good. Maybe bend your elbows if you need to, and then we're going to bring it back up again. Forward. And then just doing that again. Just stretching out. Yeah. Opening up your chest. Good. All right, so from here, we'll bring our straps in just a little bit closer, about shoulder distance apart. And we're going to go around in a circle, taking our time. So you're just going to first do a kind of a side stretch, a lateral stretch on one side, and then start to bring your arms around all the way down to the mat in front of you. Going slow, coming around on the other side. Good, and we'll do that one more time on this side. So inhaling halfway through the circle. Exhaling the other half. Good, and then once we come up here, this time we're going to switch sides. So just do the same thing in the other direction, finding your full range of motion. Stretch. Good. One more time. All right, so from here, we're probably going to have to lengthen a little bit. We're going to bring our hands all the way behind our back, and then bring it a little bit closer together. We're just going to do a forward fold, so bringing your feet a little closer together. Kind of like how we do with our hands interlaced, except this time we're going to use the strap to bring our arms up and over just to give our shoulders a little more room to reach. So lifting up through your hips. Yeah. Relaxing your head and neck. Reaching up and over as if you could bring it down to the floor behind your head. Maybe one day, one of us will, not me. Trisha might. And then we'll slowly just start to roll ourselves back up. Good. And you can release your strap. We're going to put it to the side and we'll probably use it towards the end of class. All right. From here, we're going to come into a yogi squat. So feet a little wider than hips distance, about the width of your mat. A couple different options for yogi squat. So we can start out here, knees bent, facing out. You can come a little bit lower. Both options to come down with your chest lifted, or you can even bring those heels up, but that's a little tight for you. Bringing those shoulders back, trying to keep your chest lifted. Just staying here for about 5 deep breaths. One more deep inhale. And exhale. We'll bring our hands down. We're going to lift our hips up, heel to our feet together, so we're in dangling forward fold again. And then from here, we're just going to bend our knees, coming down. We're going to come back down onto our hands and knees, and then actually coming onto your stomachs. All the way on your stomachs. We can start by just grabbing your elbows so your chest is lifted up, just looking in front of you. Good. All right, from here we're going to do a little quad stretch. So you're going to take one knee, it doesn't matter which one, bend the knee, and the same hand, you're going to reach back, opening up the shoulder, bring it to the top of your foot, and we're just going to bring it straight back, just stretching out the quad here, wherever it feels okay for you. She's not running.
Pretending.
You're sending the vibe.
More breath. Good. And then slowly release, and we'll switch sides. So keeping the chest lifted, bending the other knee, reaching back, pulling that foot in towards you, just to get a nice stretch in the quad that definitely you'll need if you're a runner or running. And then you can slowly release, and then we'll come up onto our hands and knees. Towards the front of your mat, we're going to take your right foot back long. So flex the foot, hands spread out underneath your shoulder, and we're just going to stretch our calf. So you're just going to press that foot backwards, stretching the calf, and then come forward onto your toes. And just doing that a few times. Just a gentle calf stretch, just forward and back. Rocking. Good. And then from here, we're going to lift that back foot up. So flexing through the foot, straight behind you. And we're just going to pulse about 15 times. So just getting that awareness as runners all the way from, the top of our body through down to our feet. We'll go about 5 more times. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And we're going to bring that knee into our chest and bring that foot all the way up towards our hands. Bring your back knee back. So we're going to get a nice long stretch between your front heel, your back knee. Your feet are offset a little bit, not in a straight line. Draw your shoulder blade back. We're doing a low lunge pose, but we're not coming all the way up. We're just going to keep our fingertips down. Try not to dump your chest down on your leg. Try to keep that chest lifted, shoulders back. You guys all look good. Just checking that your knees right over your calf is not leaning forward and back, sinking into your hips. Feeling that stretch there. And then from here, we're going to walk our hands back, straightening our front leg. It doesn't have to be all the way straight, but coming back into that half split pose where we're keeping our hips high over our knee. Fingertips on the mat. The front knee, if you're tight, you can bend that front knee a little bit so that your fingertips can reach. And then try to square your hips. So maybe bringing that right hip back, the left hip forward. Shoulders back. That chest lifted, just looking at the mat in front of you. Now we're gonna come forward into that lunge spot again. Coming into a lizard pose, so maybe using your block here, if it's nearby, you're gonna take that right foot just a little bit to the right, both hands on the inside of your right foot. Okay, so option to just stay here without the block. Use the block to come up onto your hands in front of that foot, or to get a little bit deeper onto your forearms. You're gonna hold it here a little bit longer, shoulders back, chest lifted, just looking at the mat in front of you. Just find what's comfortable for you. Where you're feeling that nice stretch from out of your hip and inside of the leg. From here, coming up onto our hands. We're going to come into pigeon pose from here. So you're going to walk that right foot over towards the left. Good. Just bringing that knee down as much as you can. Yeah, sinking down into our resting pigeon pose. Perfect. So you can start with your shoulders up and then come back down onto your forearm. Reaching your foot in the back, making sure it's straight behind you. And you, if it feels okay, you can rest your forehead down on your forearm. Just trying to release and relax into this pose as much as you can. Run as runners. If you are a runner, your hips need to get tight, or even if you're just sitting at the office, sitting in a chair for a long time. This is really good. Deep hip opener. Kind of soften your face. Just relax here. Good, and then we'll push back up onto our knees. Bring slowly with that knee back into our tabletop. Doing a few hip circles, or whatever feels good, just to stretch out that leg, here the hip. And then we're going to do the same sequence on the other side. So we're going to start out by taking that left foot back long, flexing the foot, toes on the mat, and stretching out our calves. So coming forward onto that toe, and then pushing back. And just kind of rocking forward and back a few times. Good, and then from here we're going to lift up that back foot, lifting also up through the core, shoulders apart, and just start to pulse. Feeling the energy all the way through the back of the heel. We'll go about 10 more times. Good. And then from there, you can bring that hand to your chest, bring that foot up to your hands. Bring that back knee back. And just checking your knees over your ankle. Shoulder blades are back. Chest is lifted, just looking in front of you. Good. Getting a nice lunge stretch in your front leg. Focusing on your breath. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out through your nose. And then from here, we'll walk our hands back, keeping our hips up high over our knee, straightening out the front leg. It doesn't have to be totally straight. Straightening it out a little bit so that your fingertips can still touch. Shoulders draw back, chest stays lifted. Okay. Try to square those hips. For lizard pose, the left foot goes to the left just a little bit, hands on the inside of the left foot. Your knees directly over your ankle, maybe using that block. And can you feel on this side? You don't need to use it, you can stay up on your hands right here. Drawing your shoulders blade back, chest out long. If you are able to go a little bit lower, maybe using that block to go down a little bit lower on your forearms. Or just seeing where you're at. And just noticing if one side is a little bit tighter, if you're a little bit more flexible on one side, how it feels. From here, you can move your walk out of the way, come back up on your hands, walk your left foot over to the right, setting up for a lizard pose. Just take your time. Bring your back knee back, shaking that foot straight behind you. Coming down to your resting pigeon. And just allowing yourself to release and relax here. Nice deep opener. Try not to clench your jaw. Try to soften. From here, you can come back up onto your hands, slowly bringing that knee back to tabletop or whatever feels good. Doing a few hip circles, just working out. From here, we're going to come onto our knees. We're going to come into a yogi toe stretch. So I'm going to you're sitting back on your knees. You want to flex your toes and kind of spread your toes apart if you can. And you can even physically just try to spread them apart. Good. And then we're sitting back on our heels, drawing our shoulders back, sitting up nice and straight. And at first you might think, well, I'm not doing anything. What's this? But then you'll start to feel it. And this is really good for anyone, especially runners. Good for helping with plantar fasciitis and just kind of flexing our feet that we don't do enough. It can be pretty intense. The longer we hold it.
Not for flexible toes.
Just a few breaths here. So just coming back to your breath. And imagine yourself a happy runner tomorrow. From From here, we're going to release and just, we're going to kind of counter that stretch. So bringing the top pads of your feet down, sitting back on your heels here. All right, that feels nice. Kick it up a notch, leaning back. So actually stretching the ankle a little bit here. A little counter stretch, yeah. Good. All right. So from here, we're going to come down to a seat. We're going to do a seated twist, really good for releasing any tension in our back. So go ahead and take your left leg out long, bring your right foot to the inside of that knee, pressing the whole pad of your foot down. Right, so option, we get the same stretch, but to keep that foot like this. If you're more flexible, maybe you just want to bring that foot up, bringing the heel so that you're kind of sitting on that heel, but you get just as good of a stretch just from having that leg out. Just an option, right? All right, so from here, take your right hand behind your back and try not to lean back on that hand. We want to use that hand to help us sit up nice and tall. And then you can either hook your elbow around that knee or reach up, lengthen your spine, bring your elbow above the knee, looking over your right shoulder. So as we're sitting here on the twist, we want to think to lengthen our spine as we inhale. Twist a little bit deeper as we exhale, finding something behind us to look at to help us twist a little bit deeper. And then keep both feet flexed to really engage the legs. Your right foot trying to keep that full pad on the mat. And then you can come back to the front. And we'll just take both legs out long, actually just shaking the legs. And before we do the other side, we're going to do a seated forward fold. So we'll start out just drawing our shoulders back, just sitting up straight to start out with. So maybe you're moving some flesh out from underneath to help you sit up really straight. Just bringing your hands just down to the mat. Kind of just stack your spine. Draw your shoulder blades back. You'll lift out through the crown of your head, flexing your feet. Deep breath here. And then from here, we'll reach our arms up to lengthen our spine, start to hinge forward from the hip. Even if we don't go very far as you can, and then you can relax your hands down on your knees, your ankles, and start to round your shoulders, round your forehead. Stay here in this forward fold for about 10 breaths, nice deep breath. And then from here, we'll just walk our hands back, slowly start to roll up, draw your shoulders back. And just with a little counter stretch, we'll bend our knees, bring our hands behind us, come up into a tabletop. Dropping our head back, looking up to the ceiling, lifting the hips up. And then we can lower back down. We're going to do the twist on the other side. So right leg out long, left foot forward inside your knee, pressing that whole pad of that foot down. If you can, flexing the foot that's out long. Bringing your left hand behind your back to help you sit up straight. Either hugging the elbow with that knee there, just grabbing that knee, or reaching the arm out long. Bring your elbow above your knee, looking behind your shoulder. Inhale to sit up just a little bit straighter. Exhale to twist a little bit more. Your feet flexed and engaged. Pressing the pad of your left foot down on the mat. Just come back to the side. So from here, we're gonna make our way down to the back for the last 5 minutes. We're gonna use our strap. So bring your strap with you. So go ahead, just start out bringing your knees into your chest. And doing a few circles. In one direction, and then you can switch in one other direction with watching your lower back on the mat. From here, take your left leg out long. Keep your right knee, squeeze your right knee into your chest. And then from here, we're going to take our strap, bringing it around our right foot. And then bringing it straight up. So maybe just starting out by keeping that foot just straight up and down. Grabbing the strap is here. With your right hand, and then you can gently start to bring it back towards you. Just being gentle at first, going a little bit further than you would go without the strap. And if you could bring it back just a little bit more, getting a little bit deeper. Good, and then from here you can bend that knee, release the strap off to the side. And we're going to do a supine twist, so bringing that right knee back into your chest and bringing the right knee over to our left. Allowing our hips to come up, our knee to relax, but keeping our shoulders on the mat. So work with just a lower body twist. Either bring your arms, maybe a cactus arms out to the side or goalpost arms. Looking in the opposite direction of your knee. Good, and then we're going to come back up and switch legs. So bring the right knee out long, left knee into your chest. Squeeze it up high. And then grab your strap and bring it around the left foot. Straightening up the leg. Also keeping the leg that's on the mat. Keeping that engaged. So keeping that foot flexed. Slowly bringing that leg in towards you, just a little bit, so you're not straining too hard. You're just pushing yourself a little more than you would get on your own without the strap. See if you can go a little bit deeper, pull it back just a little bit further. Good, and then you can bend your knee, release the strap. Bring the left knee into your chest again. Keeping your shoulders on the ground, we're going to bring that left knee over to the right. Looking in the opposite direction of your knee. then you can come back to the center, bring both knees into your chest again. And come into our happy baby pose. So bring your knees out to the side, flexing your feet, grabbing for the outside or inside of your feet or your ankles. Rocking side to side, try to press your lower back down towards the mat. Pressing your knees down towards the mat. And then from here, bring your knees back into your chest. And we're going to start to rock and roll forward and back along the length of our spine. Just going forward and back a few times. Then for our spine. And then we'll come up to seated. Okay, good. So we'll just finish with a few deep breaths, just sitting in a comfortable position. Nice and tall, drawing the shoulders back. Maybe bring your hands to your heart center. We'll just take 3 deep inhales and exhale. Go ahead and inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And I just want to wish everyone who's running tomorrow good luck. Don't forget to breathe. Have a great day tomorrow. Namaste.